Number 3, a horizontal forehand. Number 4, a horizontal backhand. And number 5, a thrust. All right. After that, the rest of the counts, the Filipinos that were playing with the stuff said, okay, we'll make those standards so we've got a common ground for everybody wherever you go, and then we'll change the others to fit our needs. So after you do this, the one that we use goes from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 to 12, to 12 this way. So that was the way they were practicing it. Some will go up and up when they're doing in the 7 to 12 group. Others will do other things as well. Okay, now the Serrata Eskrima guys, yeah, they do this, downward descending forehand, backhand, but when they do it, it's more like a 12 o'clock line when they practice it. That's just what they do, okay? But for them, oh well, we're still in the ball game. You know, you find everybody doing that everywhere, all kinds of little differences. But the idea is it's a downward descending forehand. I'm in a right lead. I'm in the lead, so I've got the range that I want and the power I want, so I strike here. When I do the backhand, I strike and then switch. From here, this is short, not as effective. So I switch and then strike, again, like you're fencing. Okay? But from this position, the backhand's fine, and then I make the switch. For 5, they go through and they thrust. So you see what we're talking about when the switch occurs? Okay? So they thrust. Now we changed the thrust a bit. They were doing it because in their days, when it was first put together, it was a sword. But if I'm doing it with a baton, I'm not gonna do this. He can't stop this one. It'll break your hand. But you can stop this one. You just guide it right out of the way without any pain. But for the street, for this to be effective, that's where I want to go. Oh, and so it's going like this, but it just slides right up. Okay, so that would be the difference in the application. So 1, right lead, right strike. 2, I strike and switch. For 3, I don't want to strike here. It's too short. Look, tell me if I change my distance toward Jim. No, but my stick did because I can add my shoulder. So now you see why you pick when you switch. So when you start off, you're already in a right lead. I strike, down. Second count, I strike backhand down and switch after. Because that gives me more power through it.
After the strike. Yeah.
After the strike.
But the follow through is where you're switching on the
Correct.
follow through.
For 3, I'm going to basically switch and then strike. That's mine, but it's not my wife. Okay? Then for 4, I come back and then I switch. For 5, I want this guy to go forward, so I switch and thrust so I get the depth that I want. Okay? Then for 6, I'm going to do it in a defensive short distance way that I wanted. 6. Okay? And then I'll go 7, 8, 9. This goes 10, 11, 12. And that's how you repeat. But you can see, just so you know, you'll be comfortable with it because I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to do this. That's fencing with the sword out here. You couldn't use this thing to cover because it's going to get in trouble. But here, oh, I can do those. And so you get comfortable switching as well. You're practicing in largesse. That's the whole idea behind it.
Ron, I didn't mean you're filming.
Yeah, you can.
No, that's okay.
No, you can.
That's okay.
Disturb his side.
No, it's not. He's just recording stuff because I'm getting older. You know, I can get to a place where both hips go out and I can't do anything, you know. Well, we're trying to give Ron as much information so he's got everything. He can look back and check, oh yeah, that's how he did it that way. And he can make it fit him as well. That's really important. Okay? So that's what we would have been doing with this. We're not going to do it now. We're going to do something else.
We're going to do the 1 count. So you come down here, going 1, and then
2 when I get to here, I switch to here, and then I switch, 3, 4, I come back, and then I go 5, 6, and then combo. Then I'm going to do the abanico, as I switch 7, 8, and then I go down 9, 10, and then I go through here, boom, and then up, yeah. Lights. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I thread the needle, 11, and 12. Four, 5, 6,